Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Infinity, and this is Magnetize Yourself, where we talk about life, love, spirituality, and of course, the law of attraction. I hope you're all doing really well. Today is such a powerful day on so many levels, and I actually am recording this video the day that it's going to be posted and really right before I'm going to be posting it. So this video is essentially almost in real time. And for some reason, it feels significant to say that because I feel as though the energy we're channeling feels very particular to this moment collectively. Now, of course, I always say that on some level, every reading that is created here on the channel is timeless because I really don't believe in coincidences or accidents. So I truly believe that if you find this video at a particular time, even if it's in the future, there's some kind of reason for that and something of value within it. But I have to say that for this specific collective reading, there is something about it that feels a little more time sensitive, meaning I feel as though many of the messages coming through are actually going to be specific to this pivotal moment that we're experiencing collectively. There are so many layers of things going on, so bear with me as I work to unpack this one layer at a time, because there's no one specific message coming through. There really are layers to what is going on here. And so the first layer is we just experienced Valentine's Day, which I know many of you might celebrate in some kind of way. And if you did anything for Valentine's Day that you'd like to share either with another person or for yourself, some act of self-love or self-care, which I think is such a beautiful way to celebrate Valentine's Day. But if there was anything that you did for yourself or that you did with another person that you would like to share about, I would love to hear from you in the comments. But we're coming off of that energy, and then we are actually in the final day of the year of the snake. So the Lunar New Year begins tomorrow on February 17th. So this is such a significant moment. I almost get the sense that the collective is kind of holding its breath right now because we've been knowing that this moment is coming where we are shifting energies, and many of us have been feeling it building for a while. Something I'm getting is that you may be feeling like the energy has finally been starting to lighten up a little bit just in the past few days. And this has not been your imagination. If you've been feeling this, it's almost like we are feeling that the shedding of the snake skin is almost complete and that we are about to really shift completely into that year of the fire horse kind of energy. I am getting a message, don't rush it, don't rush this process. So you might start to feel your natural energy levels returning to you after a period of time where you've been feeling really depleted, or you might start to feel like you are breathing again, feeling lighter again, feeling more inspired. But it's very important that as you begin to work with this new energy, you do so gently and gradually, and that you don't burn yourself out. Because I feel another experience that many of us are having collectively is like, whenever we start to get some of this inspiration or we start to feel this lightness, it's almost like our system is so relieved. It's like, finally, I'm starting to feel energized again, or I'm starting to feel inspired again. And then there's that tendency to want to just like take all of that newfound energy and use it up right away. But I'm hearing more is coming. Like, you're always going to have the replenishment of new energy, and you're going to feel this building momentum within you, and it is okay. In fact, it may even be most aligned for you at this time to let that momentum build itself without feeling this urgent need to always be kind of burning through the inspiration or the passion or the energy as soon as you start to feel it. In fact, I'm hearing the more you let it build, the more it can deepen. So that's one layer of what I feel going on here. There's another layer, though, coming in, and this is going to be a very specific message for a certain group of people. And the message is, okay, so let me set up what I'm kind of picking up on here. So I heard someone kind of saying to themselves, I don't feel like I'm cut out for this. And I don't know what this is relating to for this person. I feel it might be different from person to person, but I'm getting that it could be like a calling or a job or a career path or a life path or a purpose. And it's almost like there's something calling you. And it even could be a relationship. Like I feel there's something that is calling your soul. And there's a part of you doubting. There's a part of you saying, I don't feel cut out for this. I don't feel like I'm the right person for the job, but you desire it. And you want it, and you feel that your soul is pulling you into it. And the message I'm getting is you are actually exactly the right person for the job, for the calling, whatever this is. When I use the word job, I mean like soul job in a way, on a much broader level, like whether it's a specific job or career or not, I feel that it's like this is your soul's job. This is your soul's calling to experience or to do or to set in motion, whatever this is. And there's something here about trusting that because this is your path, it's very divinely protected, and the logistics of it, the technical aspects of it are going to be coordinated as you keep moving ahead. Because I feel that the self-doubt is coming in around managing the details of this or imagining different, like, what if scenarios. What if this happens? What if that happens? How would I handle this or that? And I'm hearing someone's guides come in to say, you have to remember that because this is your path, it is very divinely protected. You are so much more supported than you realize. It isn't just you out here like applying physical action to do or to create whatever this is. You are literally being divinely supported in this job, in this calling, in whatever this is for you. And the logistics of it are being organized and coordinated and aligned for you behind the scenes. And then you are going to be inspired to certain actions. Trust those feelings of inspiration without overthinking the details, because I keep hearing something about how the details are going to feel like they're taking care of themselves or like they're coordinating themselves as you keep stepping forward in faith. I almost get like someone being a little overwhelmed by the bigness of their own vision or their own idea or some kind of pathway, thinking like, whoa, I feel like this is such a big vision or a really expansive idea. And I don't know if I'm the right person to set this into motion. And I'm hearing something about sensitivity. So for some of you listening, it may be because you are someone who is very energetically and emotionally sensitive. And so you might think, oh, I'm not cut out to start this business or to share myself in this way or to go down this career path or whatever it is because I feel too sensitive for this. And yet your soul is calling you into it. And I'm hearing you're actually being called into it because you're meant to change some kind of system or paradigm from the inside out through your sensitivity. And that's why I say that you're actually the perfect person for the job or for whatever it is, because you are actually meant to change the system. The system is manifesting you into it because it's calling for change. It's calling for more of that emotional sensitivity, that energetic attunement that only you bring to the table. It's like you have something unique to offer here that, yes, looks very different from everything that's been done before. And that might be kind of amplifying those self-doubts because you might be looking around thinking, well, no one is doing it this way, or no one is bringing this kind of sensitivity that I have to this space. But I'm getting that you are literally handpicked for whatever this is. You are the perfect person for this calling. There's also something coming up here about how when you have a purpose or a calling, it's not like a linear pathway that you walk one step at a time. It's something that circles you, and there's always another door that opens. So I get the sense of someone almost regretting past doors that they may have not stepped through. And I'm hearing the initiation wasn't complete. So those times where you may have not stepped through a doorway in the past that you may be regretting, know that that actually could have been your intuition guiding you, because you knew deep down that you were still being prepared, that you were still being initiated. So the thing I'm getting is like there's some kind of calling or purpose. For some of you, yes, it could be a person or relationship, but I'm definitely getting for many of you, this is a soul calling. And it seems to keep circling you, like coming back around again and again. And I feel that you are being given this direct message that when something is continuously circling you like that, it's a sign that it's part of your destiny. It's a sign that you are meant to be engaging with that thing, that it's meant to be part of you. But there's another message here too, which is you haven't missed the boat. You haven't missed some kind of past opportunity. Because the sense I get from someone is it's almost like as this desire or this vision or this dream keeps circling you, every time it comes back around, you may almost feel this sense of time running out. And that leads me into the next layer of this message, which is the guides are coming through a lot with how time is one of the biggest mind programs, one of the biggest fear matrices in a way. And it is like a matrix. It's like a labyrinth of limiting beliefs and ideas that can cause us to artificially limit ourselves from living in the now and from maximizing our highest potential now. Because I'm getting that for someone I'm tuned into here, part of what's happening is you feel like your timing has been delayed, or like somehow something should have happened for you earlier and didn't, or like you missed some kind of window. Or there's this fear that it's almost like, well, I'm really enjoying living in the moment now, and I'm loving how this is unfolding, and I feel this deepening sense of purpose and fulfillment. But what if the other shoe drops and suddenly I realize I've been running out of time without realizing it? That's almost like the fear that's working its way in here. But what the guides want you to understand is that this is a mind program that you are coming up against. And in fact, the reason you're coming up against it is because you are here to deconstruct it. So you are one of these souls who incarnated here to directly contradict so many of these programs that people are running around time, things like timing and age and aging and progressing through time and that feeling of urgency or time running out. So for whoever I'm speaking to here, you have to understand that when you incarnate on Earth to deconstruct a particular program in the matrix, you're actually going to feel that program from a young age even more strongly than others. Ironically, it's like you're going to be thrown right in the middle of it, either through your upbringing, through your life circumstances, through experiences in your life, or just randomly, you're just going to feel certain kinds of ways that don't make sense to you. So for example, when you are someone who is here to deconstruct this matrix program around time, you probably from a very young age have always had this sense of restlessness, this almost uncomfortable feeling that you're running out of time, or you're not moving fast enough, or you're not doing enough, or worried that you're not going to achieve certain dreams or goals in the right amount of time. So you've probably had this very strong cognizance of time and your own timing, even from an age where that shouldn't have been on your mind at all, like from a young age where you most likely, like other people around you, kids around you at that time, may have just been out having fun, living their lives. And there you were as a child, even then worried about your own timing, wondering what's going to happen into the future. That is, if that's speaking to you, and I know this won't be for everyone, but this message needed to get through. It's because you are one of the ones who incarnated here to deconstruct this program around time, timing, age, aging, all of these things connected to this false matrix of time. And so I feel that I'm hearing it's going to happen for you, but it's going to happen in your own unique timing. And that is all part of the plan, because it's part of you showing others that they can trust their own timing. The sense I get around you is like that you've had to be so radically self-trusting around your own timing in life, especially recently, because I'm hearing people are turning up the pressure. And I don't know if this is through comments that you're hearing from other people, or if it's through just societal limiting belief systems that you're picking up on, but somehow there is this external pressure that you're feeling right now. It's almost like I'm hearing where the rubber meets the road. It's almost like you have these voices in your ear in a way, society or family members or friends or people around you, or just external pressures you're picking up on because you're an empath. So you're very much sensitive to those unspoken societal pressures and expectations. But there's this sense that you're getting to this point where that volume is really being turned up on the timing aspect of your life. And that is why it is actually more important that you hold your ground now than ever before. And I'm actually hearing the reason that the pressure or the volume is being turned up right now is because you're so close to a massive breakthrough that's going to happen for you because you trusted your own timing. It's almost like there's some kind of final test at play here where you're at some kind of crossroads where you're feeling a lot of external pressure, and there's this option to make a choice out of fear. There's this option to go down a pathway of, I'm hearing, settling in one way or another. And you know it's settling deep in your soul, whether it's choosing some kind of option that people are considering safe or more logical, but that feels restrictive to your soul in ways that you can't even really explain and that people don't understand, because you know deep down it's contradictory to your own timing, even if on the surface it seems to make more sense logically. So there is this sense that you are meant to be holding your ground right now, even more so than ever before, and not making a choice or decision out of fear. That is a major message coming through. Like, you can know when you're trusting your own unique rhythm, your own timing, and when you are adhering to artificial time programs in the matrix, because the difference is when you're trusting your own timing, you're making decisions from a place of peace and self-connectedness and intuition, and you're making decisions from the now moment, from my now perspective, what feels right for me now. When you are contradicting your own unique rhythm, your own timing, and making decisions out of fear, what that looks like is you making a decision exiting the now moment. So you are making decisions because of past nostalgia or because of futuristic projections, often coming from a state of anxiety, rather than making your choices and decisions based on how they feel to you now, what you're seeing now in this now moment perspective. So for some reason, someone's guides really wanted me to set up this difference. Like, when you're making decisions or choices, are you making that choice because of imagined like futuristic scenarios or projections coming from anxiety? Are you making decisions because of fear or the feeling of external pressure, that sense of quote unquote time running out? Or are you making decisions because of what feels right and aligned for you from the now moment perspective, from that place of peace and self-connectedness in the now? And that will be a way to differentiate kind of the energy behind your decisions and what pathway they're leading you on. Because I feel that pathway of quote unquote settling or making decisions from fear leads you down a path of constricting your own soul. Whereas this other pathway, radical self-trust, choosing to make decisions from your connection to the now rather than futuristic projections, that seems to keep you connected with a much higher vibrational energy and a much higher timeline. It's just that it's unknowable. It's not something that you can necessarily predict in a concrete way, but it's so much more beautiful and magical as it unfolds. So that is one thing that is coming through here very strongly. And I know I haven't pulled a card yet. I'm going to go ahead and start shuffling the cards and also take a quick sip of my coffee here. But happy almost year of the horse. This is such an exciting time and a huge pivotal moment for our collective. I'm really getting that as we make this transition, and some of you are already feeling this, but you're really going to feel your inspiration coming back online. You're going to feel this desire to be doing more or creating more. Ooh, there's one more message here that wanted to come through. I spoke on this previously, but there is this sense of this larger vision coming together for you. And so that's something that I wanted to share here as well, that there is a bigger vision that is sort of like merging together for you in a way. And you've been catching pieces of it, flashes, glimpses, but I'm getting that you're beginning to get the full picture. And there's something about how this is being assembled in the background of your subconscious. So it's not something that you necessarily need to like cling onto. I'm hearing don't be too urgent about it. Like you don't need to suddenly put it into action as you're getting these pieces, but you're going to notice yourself slowly catching more flashes and glimpses into it. But I'm hearing it's not going anywhere. It's not something you have to like catch and cling on to. It's something you can allow to just continue assembling itself in the background until it feels ready. And the way that you'll know it's ready is you will naturally feel inspired to some kind of action step that feels like you are acting from a place of energetic overflow. And therefore the action will feel effortless. It will not feel like it's depleting you or like burning through that energy. It will feel like you are taking action in flow, in connection with yourself. The sense I keep picking up on is like everything in your life has been feeling like almost like it's been winding down. But that winding has actually been an unraveling. And then there's this sense that the winding slows to a complete stop. And it's almost like we're frozen, suspended midair in time. And I feel that that is kind of representative of that void space that we've been talking about recently, where you feel the year of the snake winding down, finishing its final shedding. And then finally things feel almost like they're going to a halt. But then it's like suddenly that becomes this portal that just like launches you in a way up to this next level of energy, vision, motivation. And that is the year of the fire horse coming in. So it's a very strange transition because it's almost like you feel as though things are slowing down or winding down, but actually an unraveling is completing itself, which is then preparing you for takeoff in a way, for a massive launch. For some of you, maybe you actually are launching or releasing something specific, whether it's like a book or a course or a business or something like a platform. I know that won't be for everyone, but I do feel a literal launch happening for some of you. So let's go ahead and dive into the cards. I usually say this at the beginning, but if you do want to contribute your energy in a stronger way, I always recommend liking the video and subscribing to the channel, as these are forms of energetic transference that do tend to allow me to pick up more easily on your energy and channel more specifically for you and your situation, both here in this video and in future videos as well. I just keep hearing the words, you are protected, you are divinely protected. So I'm almost getting like someone may have felt a wave of uncertainty or anxiety recently. And for some reason, it's really important for you to know that you are cared for, that you are protected, that there's nothing to fear here, that there's nothing to worry about here. I'm not sure why that's coming up here. I also get this message around how when there's some kind of action that needs to be taken or an adjustment that needs to be made, your intuition is going to gently inspire you to it, but it's not going to come from a place of fear or panic. So if you feel any waves of fear or panic or anxiety, and you start to get this temptation like, oh, I should jump into action to like fix or resolve something or push something, know that you are actually feeling the final shedding of that year of the snake, finishing the job in a way. It's not meant to be acted upon. Those fear waves and anxiety waves aren't meant to be acted upon. They're meant to be allowed and released and processed. What's meant to be acted upon are those moments of inspiration that come from a warm, soft, gentle, peaceful place that feel like you're taking action from a state of overflow. That's kind of like an abundance mentality, taking action from overflow and from ease and from feeling inspired to that action rather than from a state of fear or panic or urgency. And I'm getting a message about how like anytime you're feeling that fear or panic, that is a sign for you to actually rest more deeply rather than acting from that fear space. That seems to be a very important piece of guidance moving forward through this energy, is like, if you're feeling inspired from a place of anxiety or fear, rather than giving in to the temptation to like try and jump into action to fix or resolve that feeling, go into yourself more deeply, give yourself rest, care, nourishment, reconnect with the core of your own self, which is peace and love and harmony, and rest and allow those feelings to pass through you, because I'm hearing they're not connected to anything real, to fear. They are connected to what is being released through you. It's almost like you're experiencing the release of some very deep roots of fear and anxiety that may even come from generations who came before you, that could be related to the root chakra, to stability, security, survival. And it's like you are releasing that through your being so that you can reach even greater heights of success. But it doesn't really require you to do anything rather than simply allow it to be processed through you. Don't let it push you into artificially trying to take action to fix or resolve it, because there's nothing to fix. There's only something to allow, which is this processing out of that remnant fear-based energy to allow you greater levels of stability that are going to support even higher heights of success. And I do feel there's something deep and ancestral and ancient even about this. We spoke earlier about how when you are someone that came here on earth to shift something for the collective or for a family line or whatever the case is, you will always feel that energy more strongly than others, even from a young age. So I'm getting something around anxiety, and I feel I'm speaking to a collective who may have been very anxious even from a young age, like as a child, without even really knowing why. And I'm hearing that if you felt that way, it's because you came here to clear root patterns in your family's line or in a specific collective that you were surrounded by, in a way, around fear and anxiety, around stability, security. And so the reason you felt that from such a young age, even in a way that didn't really make sense, is because that's something that you have incarnated here to clear, and you have cleared so much of that. I feel like what you're feeling now is really just remnant energy being processed out, because if you look at yourself in your life overall, you can see that you've come into such a more stable, confident, aligned place than you were in the past. I feel like that's something coming through very, very strongly, like trust yourself, trust how far you've come. Okay, so we have the crown chakra card here in the upright position. Yeah, I feel like some new aspect or dimension of your spiritual purpose is being activated right now. And with the happy family card, yeah, I feel that for some of you, the way that you feel like you may have missed the boat or missed some kind of opportunity may be related to marriage, having a family, or if not those things, having a community or a certain group of friends, or like really finding your people. There's this sense that somehow you missed some kind of opportunity when it came to these things, or that somehow time is running out, and that everyone either is like, I don't know, in relationships or married or has a family, if that's what it is for you, or if it's related to community, you may feel like so many people around you already made their best friends or found their community, and you feel like you've been kind of drifting in a way. I feel like I'm speaking to a very specific group here, but you need to know that you're not behind. You actually incarnated here to shift the way that connection looks and to form connections that are more deep and authentic and mutually soul supportive than what most people are accustomed to experiencing. But I'm hearing something about individuating and how you had to individuate yourself first in a way before you would be able to find like your people, or before you would be able to solidify some kind of like union timeline or relationship or marriage or whatever this is for you. I feel like there's this sense that you are doing this in your own unique way because you were meant to, but there are many people around you who may be looking at you thinking that you're lonely or thinking that maybe you missed some kind of opportunity. But I'm getting that it's almost like what you're feeling around this is just you picking up on these artificial pressures, but it's not really how you feel at your core. Because I feel like if you're being fully honest with yourself, you know deep down that you are on a very divine pathway here and that you are perfectly on track. And you feel this like reverberating sense of fulfillment within yourself when you think about how unique your path is, how it's as though it was designed just for you, because it really was from a spiritual perspective. And everyone has a pathway designed just for them, but most people don't have the courage to follow that unique pathway. I feel like you are a blueprint here for something so much greater in love and connection. And while you might at times feel that artificial pressure from others, I feel there's also this very strong core within you that knows otherwise, that knows you were here to walk an unconventional path in this way. And maybe for some of you, you might be relating to this outside of like friendship, community, relationship, romance, etc. I just get that thread of energy very strongly for a specific collective here. So I feel that so much of the purpose of this reading was letting you know how far you've come, what you've been clearing, the purpose of all of this, but also reminding you to trust yourself more. And I would say if I had one purpose in these readings, it would be that, because you are the oracle, you are the guide, you are the intuition for yourself. You hold the compass, you're the blueprint. So I want these readings to be a space where you can feel more strongly reconnected with that inner self that knows, because you do know deep down, you know the right path for you, and you can trust yourself. Come back to that state of self-trust. And if that message resonates with you and you'd like to join me in this journey as we move forward together powerfully into the year of the fire horse, which I feel is going to be such a big year for all of us, then subscribe to the channel and join our community here as we keep progressing through this energy together, because you are never, ever alone in this. And you can trust yourself so much more than you realize. And I would love to be a support for you along that pathway. If anything here did connect, feel free to leave me a comment. My comment section is always open for you. But also, if you would like to keep going deeper with these messages, I will be continuing this into an extended version of this reading. And I do these extended readings every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday exclusively for members, either on the YouTube memberships or on Patreon. So you can join from either place if you're interested. And the link to get this extended reading is in the pinned comment and description box below. But otherwise, wow, what a powerful energy we've been in. Thank you for being here. Thank you for staying connected with this space. I appreciate all of you so deeply, and I love you so much. Take care of yourself through this energy, and I will connect with you here again in Wednesday's collective reading.